would anyone like to share what your burnout questions or experiences are? Yes.
I had a company in San Francisco for 4.5 years, and I transitioned out of it. Still co-owner of it, and I'm in an awkward situation where I don't really have any needs anymore. And so I thought I would leave the company and do something else, but for like the last year and a half, I've literally done nothing but just like climb and travel, and I feel like a complete void in my life, like I have no purpose. And it's really hard for me to figure out, I don't know, the drive to actually do anything anymore.
Yeah, no desire to create anything new.
Yeah.
Sounds depressing.
It's not great.
Anyone else want to share their... Yes?
I've been in a...
Thank you. Yeah, let's give her a hand. Who is this cute one? All right. Sorry, I interrupted you.
Yeah, so I've been in a business partnership for the last 2.5 years. I mean, on paper it's 2.5 years. In practice it was about 5 years. My business partner took care of business development and operations. And now, since June, I'm on my own. And so there's a lot more that I'm dealing with. And like the last couple of months, I'm really been focused. I mean, I could work 2 or 3 good hours every day, not more than that. I mean, I brought in some clients and it was all okay, making money, and the universe sent me lots of opportunities and money. So I'm doing well, but it's just like there's I lack connection, you know.
Yeah, not enthused.
Pardon?
You can hear it in your voice. You don't have that get up and go, let's do it.
Yeah. I mean,
imagine you didn't speak English, right? And you heard him saying these tones of voice. Did it sound excited? No, not really. No, sorry.
No, it's fine. You know, we discussed it in the mastermind.
Yeah. All right. Woo. Slides. Oh, clicky. Okay, I've got the hold of the clicky thing. Got the hang of the clicky thing. All right. So symptoms you might have business burnout. Maybe lacking excitement, joy, lost interest. You're apathetic. Maybe you've got low energy. Maybe you have trouble focusing because you've got a brain full of fog. Anyone here procrastinate? Yeah, that's a good sign that something's not right. Because if you were excited about it, like just assume that you enjoyed eating chocolate cake or you enjoyed having sex with your partner or whatever, would you be procrastinating about doing that? No, you'd be like, yeah, let's do it. But if you got like something in your business that you're procrastinating about, you don't have that energy to like go. You're excited about it. You get up in the morning like, yeah, I want to get to work right away on this. Maybe, does anyone here have business partners, staff, clients, or vendors in their business? And keep those hands up. Keep those hands up. Okay. Now keep them up again if any of those relationships are draining. Fair number of people have draining relationships in one of those areas. And what's that do for your joy about your business? You have a draining relationship. Stressful, kind of makes you not want to deal with it. Oh, what's this thing down the bottom? Maybe get rid of that mouse. It's a mess.
I move the mouse.
Move the mouse. Move the mouse. Nice. No? It's okay. He'll work on removing that. Well, I'll mention that you might also have health challenges. Anyone here had health challenges that came from their business? Yeah. What kind of health challenges do people have?
Depression and anxiety.
Yeah, mental health mostly. Mental health, so.
Mental health, yeah. Backache, anyone?
Yeah. Repetitive stress.
Repetitive, risky, stressy injury. Yeah. What about anyone got any addictions they're okay revealing? Yes?
Way too much weed.
Weed? It's a great one.
For improving your ambitions.
Oh, yeah.
And sense of humor.
Cell phone? Cell phone addiction, yeah. What else do people do to distract themselves from their business they don't really want to deal with?
Netflix, YouTube.
Netflix, binge watching Netflix. YouTube binge watching, yeah. What else?
CSGO.
What?
Online gaming.
Online gaming?
Yay.
Yeah. Great way to totally space out.
Yes.
What else? Anyone else? Haven't mentioned my favourite one I used to do.
Porn.
Porn, well, I've got that one, yeah. That's a good one too. Particularly that 3D virtual reality porn. What about alcohol? Anyone drink here to avoid their problems? How about food? Does anyone here eat when they get stressed and don't feel like dealing with their work?
What about the opposite of eating too much?
The opposite of eating too much, that would be
Not eating.
Not eating, yeah, that's possible. How about shopping? Anyone go shopping when they, feel stressed and don't want to deal with their work? Yeah, either online or physically. All right. So, oops, hey, you unmouse me. So this lady is slightly stressed. She's got all these kind of issues. So, and this is a big problem. I mean, from my talking to other DCers, I'd say about half of the DCers have been burned out at some point in their business. It's pretty common. And really, if you actually sit down and talk to someone, you'll find that very few people enjoy every aspect of their business. Does anyone here enjoy every single aspect of their business?
I did at one point.
You did at one point, right? So that's the place to get to. But it's pretty rare, to be honest, if someone enjoys everything. So you enjoy doing your taxes, you enjoy doing the bookkeeping, you enjoy the sales, the marketing, the hiring, the firing.
I wouldn't say firing, but like a lot of those things, I'm like a learner, so when my brain learns a new skill, I'm kind of in heaven for a little bit.
Yes, learning's a great way to be engaged. So, wanting to sell your business. Anyone here want to sell their business? Okay. Now, there could be positive reasons for wanting to sell it, but sometimes we're like so sick of the fucking business. Just want to sell it. I've come across that a number of times with people, and then they reinvigorate themselves and they're like, oh, I quite like this business, I'd like to keep it. Also, I find with burnout, it can sneak up on you. You can be thinking everything's going fine, and then you just walk into this apathy and depression and don't want to deal with it, and you suddenly find you're consuming far too much of whatever your favorite addiction du jour is. And this isn't restricted to entrepreneurs, yeah? I think this is a nationwide or worldwide issue. I mean, can you think of any doctors, lawyers, or accountants who are kind of burnt out and not happy with what they do, and yet they've got hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt, so they can't get out of it? Yeah, you've seen that? Or bankers, or many people in 9-to-5 jobs have these kind of issues. So I think this quote here is appropriate. Don't think about what the world needs. Think about what makes you come alive. Go for it, because the world needs more people like you who are really alive. All right, so if we could get rid of this burnout by waving a magic wand, what effect would that have on you personally in your life and business?
Wake up excited.
Wake up excited, yeah.
Get more done, really.
Get more done, yeah.
Make more money.
Make more money. Perhaps you'd hire better staff. Perhaps you'd get rid of those deadbeat customers you don't like. And what else would it have? What about for your personal life?
Be more positive.
Be happier, healthier, more energy. What about for your spouse, if you have a spouse or a spice? Will it affect your relationship? You think it might affect it positively? I mean, do you think being kind of down and depressed and anxious is possibly affecting your marriage, if you're married, or your relationship, if you're not married?
Yep.
Yeah.
And your children.
And children's. Don't you think children actually are a lot smarter than we think, and they pick up on when daddy or mummy is not happy?
Sure.
And then they start blaming themselves, and they think they caused it? That's pretty common, right? Oops, got a child in the back. She's saying, no, no, no. So, if we could get rid of all this burnout by waving a wand, what effect would that have? How would you feel?
Reinvigorate.
Should we do that? Should we wave a magic wand? You ready for it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, after this prezzo, that will be the effect you will have. Because the goal for this is, what I want you to take away from this is a much bigger problem than we think it is. We don't often talk about it. Yeah, so it's hidden. It's kind of shameful to talk about, oh, I'm feeling burned out, feeling a bit apathetic. And it's possible to notice it early so you don't get too far down the rabbit hole of burnout. And there are easy things you can do to cure it or prevent it. Sound good?
Sounds awesome.
All right, let's do it. Can I have a bit of more? Let's do it. Come on, go.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah.
Yay.
Do it.
Oh, that was pretty apathetic. Oh, I want to see everyone. Let's do it.
Yay.
Much better. Thank you. Do you feel any different when you do that? Do you feel the difference? All right, I think we went through my story. I had lots of issues and addictions and distractions. And I did some things in my personal life to raise my consciousness. And I mentioned I created this revolution. And I also got a darn sight more conscious about what customers I allowed to work with me and what people could be employees for me. And had clear boundaries. All of that helped, because without those things, you get a lot of burnout happening. So other causes of burnout, I find, maybe you're not clear about your why in your business. Perhaps you have to deal with too many regulations and taxes. Very few people really like that stuff. Perhaps you overcomplicate things. Anyone here overcomplicating perfectionist? Woo! Great way to burn out. Who here is bad at delegating? Yeah. So you have to do everything yourself. Because only you are clever enough, good enough to be able to do it in your business. No one else, 7 billion people on the planet, could do that stuff as well as you. Maybe you've got people who drain your energy. Maybe you've got past traumas from your business. Has anyone got hiring scars? Who here has hired staff ever? Okay. Keep your hand up if one of those hires turned out to be a fuck-up. Okay, and keep it up if you feel bad about that. You're kind of nervous around hiring, trigger, shy, got a bit of a scar there. Yeah, some of you. So that's a hiring scar. It might be other areas of business where you have scars. You've had an injury, and you didn't really heal it and think it through and get conscious about how it happened and how to prevent it. So now you kind of, it drains your energy when you deal with that thing. Maybe too much travel. I know that's a bit of a taboo topic in DC. When I travel too much, I get kind of tired. And then we've got the basics. Sleep, diet, exercise, touch. Controlling those addictions. Because if you don't get enough sleep, it's very hard to be excited and full of energy. If you don't have a good diet, again, problem. If you don't work out to some extent, it's going to have hard. Well, human bodies need to move. If you just sit at a chair in front of a computer all day, eventually you're going to lose your mojo. So one of the key things here is to be conscious of this stuff. Yeah, it's very easy to go on autopilot, and not pay attention to how do I feel. So you might give yourself a score out of 10. 0 to 10. 0 is like I'm totally depressed and I can't even get out of the bed. And 10 is I'm wildly excited and getting up, raring to go on my business. What number do I have today? Yeah, you kind of keep track of it in a spreadsheet or a journal. And what did I do yesterday that affected that? So you kind of notice connections. Did changing stuff with these things affect it for you? Score of 0 to 10, you can do this joy wheel thing, wheel of life. So that's where you have a circular wheel and it's got the areas of your business or the areas of your life. So it might have sales, marketing, money, staff, customers, whatever areas are important in your business. And you rate them on a scale of 0 to 10. 0 is in the center of the wheel, 10 is on the outside. I've got a link later down to that technique if you're interested in it. And then you look and see how bumpy your wheel is. It's a good way to see how you're doing. See what's happening. Same thing in your life. You look at your personal life. Okay, health, relationships, family, money, career. See how that's doing. Right, let's look at some cures, because I want to have some time for a Q&A discussion. So you might prepare yourself for any thoughts about that. And when we get to that, we're going to rearrange the chairs into a circle. So and we'll stop the recording when we do the Q&A, just so you have some confidentiality. So just putting that in the back of your head, have some questions. So I think one of the major things is having a big why for your business. What's the reason you're in business? Has anyone here got a big why for their business? Or can you think of another business that has a big why that you're like, wow, they're really motivated?
A lot of NGOs have big whys.
Ben and Jerry's?
No, NGOs.
NGOs, yes, because they're trying to help people. Yeah. There was a business, did anyone see that tree planting guy in the DC? I forget who it was, but for every customer he gets, he plants some trees. He seemed pretty motivated by that. So I don't know what his why is for his business, but he motivates himself by doing good with what he does. Yes?
In the past, it was always to make money.
Making money, how did that work out for you as a motivation?
Not good in the end.
Not good. Yeah. It's not good for most people, to be honest. Partly because it's just not that motivating, and secondly because it's got a very low marginal extra motivation. After you've made whatever it is, 100K a year or whatever the amount is for you, an extra $1 gives you very little motivation. When you had $0 and you were like broke, $1 was like, wow, $1. Yeah. But by the time you got to a big number, the extra dollars don't really, add a lot of excitement. I've already got all the toys and things like, what's the point? I think that's why I would say about half DCers, they're focused on money for their business. It's just not that motivating.
Yeah,
I know that's a bit taboo to say.
That was the same for me. I started to kind of start a business, make money, and have some freedom, but just over time, just lost all the passion. But just recently started doing solar lead generation for solar companies, just because climate crisis. I know one person isn't going to solve it, but if they're in that space, then it's like giving me a lot more.
You've got more motivation because you're solving a global problem. It's bigger than you. It's bigger than your company.
Yeah.
And that's what the big why needs to be. It needs to be something bigger than you or your company. It's going to motivate you and your staff and your customers. That's what I have. I created a revolution. I said, this is how we're going to change the whole industry. It's a lot more, and it had I could see it be positive. So I didn't want to see all these depressed programmers around saying cold fusion was dying. I wanted to be exciting. Yeah, it's alive. Here's why. Let's do something about it. Coming back to the money thing, I think it's important not to just look at the profit. I mean, profit's important. You can't have a business without profit. But I think it's important to look at how much joy you have in the different tasks and the different people. So when you're picking customers, don't just look at, hey, can I make a whole bunch of money with this customer? Because if they're a pain in the butt customer who drains your energy and calls you up at 3 a.m. expecting immediate, assistance, they're probably not going to bring you joy unless you're into being disturbed at 3 a.m. That tickles your fancy. So remove all those energy drains. When you're looking at joy, you can use that 0 to 10 scale on that. Yeah? You can rank your customers. You can say, okay, customers. You list all your customers and rank them 0 to 10. 0 is they totally suck. Only a brain-dead idiot would work with this person. And 10 is like they're wonderful. I want to do everything I can for them. Just rank them and then eliminate the ones on the bottom. We talked about work scars earlier, the hiring scars. Clean those up. I think it helps to be more in touch with your intuition and be able to flow and not be stuck in your ways. Changing, because we're in a changing time, right? Technology and society is changing even more rapidly, it seems. I mean, just in the time I've been alive, I've seen things go from fairly slow to it seems like everything changes really fast now. Technology, politics, society, how people are. And then get your basics down, too. So let's look at those a bit more, because how many here people sleep well every night? Yeah? About 10-15% of us. Great, congrats. People who don't sleep well, how does that affect your mood?
Well, it reduces it.
Reduces it, yeah. What about diet? Who here eats healthy? A lot of people, more than half, I'd say. People who don't eat healthy, do you notice that affects you? Or ask this the other way, the people who do eat healthy, if you ever slip off that eating healthy and eat unhealthy for a few days, do you notice the effect?
Yeah.
Yeah. Less drugs. I'm including alcohol, caffeine, nicotine in the drug category. Because I think they do drain our energy. Sometimes you get an energy boost, but then you get an energy slump afterwards. What about exercise? Who here exercises every day? Yay! Congrats! What does that do for you?
Makes it easier to sleep.
Easier to sleep?
De-stresses.
Removes stress? Does it affect your mood? Yeah, it releases endorphins, right? Exercise releases endorphins in the brain, which helps you feel excited, joyful. How about, does anyone here regularly, go out in nature? What does that do for you?
Exercise and sleep.
Relax and connect with whatever you want to connect with,
Yeah, I feel really joyful and connectful and, removes all the stressy stuff. I often get good ideas when I'm in nature. And then touch is helpful too, whether that's a family, a relationship, hugging friends, getting a massage, all helps. So getting these basics in give you a good foundation to put below that why you're going to have. All right, let's talk about some hacks you can do to get focus in the short term that perhaps are more healthy. Who here ever done cold showers? Yeah? Does that give you like a I'm ready to roll kind of energy?
No, I hated it totally. Stop.
Or even an ice bath. That's a sub promo for the ice bath at 7 p.m. No, I feel so full of energy after doing an ice bath, I feel I could do anything. So, Wim Hof breathing, that circular breathing you do, that is really good. Has anyone been to Chris Reynolds getting shit done or his other classes? Have you done that breathing thing he does? How do you feel when you do like 30 breaths of that Wim Hof breath? Like invincible. It only takes like 3 minutes or 5 minutes, and then you feel great for an hour or two. It's free. Breathing currently is free. I know they're working on selling bottles of air. Currently breathing is still free. Meditation. Anyone here use meditation in order to focus more? Yeah. Or work music. Yeah. These are all good hacks. What about time blocking? Only giving yourself 30 minutes to do whatever the thing is. Make a little game out of it. Anyone here in a mastermind or some kind of accountability thing? Does that help keep you more motivated if you work? Yeah. Maybe there's a thing. Anyone here do fasting or detox stuff? Yeah, a few folks. That helps me, I find.
It's ultra working.
Ultra working. Good question. That's a thing where you do Pomodoro method and you're tracking in a spreadsheet whether you're achieving the goals you set. So you set goals in 5 areas typically. So sleep, exercise, planning the next day, food, and doing your most important work. Like doing an hour of most important work a day. Because often we find we know that there's something that's going to be important in our business, but we always get stuck on the urgent email or whatever. We never get to the stuff that will really move the business forward.
What was that list again?
The list of 5 things.
Yeah.
Sleep, eat, healthy, healthy diet, exercise, plan the day, plan tomorrow the day before, and then do a certain amount of most important work, 60 minutes, whatever it is. If you're writing a book, spend 60 minutes writing the book. If you're creating a new marketing thing, funnel, spend time on that. If you need to hire extra staff, have time on that. But you track it in a group, and then you can all see each other's spreadsheet, and it helps give that group accountability. And you can see yourself what's going on. You can Google for ultra work if you're interested in that. And then intense exercise. Now I know I'm going to mention Chris again because he does that push-ups, right? He'll do like 30 push-ups to get his energy up. If he's feeling kind of tired in the afternoon, instead of going for a cup of coffee, do one of these other things. All right, what about drugs? Anyone here taken any of these drugs in order to feel more excited about their work, get shit done. Yeah.
Wow.
So,
I'm surprised to see so many hands up.
yes.
That's all.
I didn't ask which one.
Yeah, still.
There's quite a lot of graphs on here. I mean, you've got the nootropics affect your brain and nervous system. I tried all of those. I tried microdosing. That seemed to do something. Certainly taken ayahuasca. Certainly drank caffeine. I don't do anymore. Never tried Modafinil. Modafinil. Thank you. That's probably why I didn't try it. Didn't know how to taste it. But the issue with all these things, they can be a short-term kind of band-aid, but the problem is they're kind of covering up what the issue is underneath. You don't have a good why in your business, or you're not looking after your basics. So I don't recommend them as a long-term thing. I wouldn't really, I'd question whether you really want to be using any of them. I mean, to me, if you're using them regularly, it's a suggestion that something's wrong. So think of them as like a crutch you use when you've broken your leg. If you're going around with a crutch all the time, maybe you want to go to the doctor and get the leg fixed, yeah, instead of getting more crutches. Just a thought. All right. Oh, clutter. Anyone here have a clutter issue in their email box or desk or other stuff? Yeah. Or browser tabs. That's not a common one. Browser tabs. Yes. We're on a browser tab diet. There are even softwares that kind of only let you open so many tabs or automatically close them after they've been open for 30 minutes. Or you can just have strong willpower and just close a tab when you open a tab. That's what I ended up doing. I tried all the software things. Now I just, when I'm doing the task, I open the tabs I need, and when I'm done, I close it. And I have one tab that has a Google Sheet in that has a link to the tab if I need to go back to the task. I don't leave it open as a reminder. Yes?
In addition to the stuff you have on there, I would add the Kanban method. So it's, just look it up. It's Kanban, but it's, you have like 4 columns. It's backlogs, stuff you want to do. And then you have doing, and you can only have like, I do with Post-it notes, but you can only have like 3 things in the doing section.
Oh.
You can only do those things.
Right, you can't have too many priorities in one day.
Yeah. And then you have a waiting for, because you're always like
waiting for info from someone else.
And then done. And it's like, it's really like tactile. Like,
yes, it's addictive.
And you fill, and like when you fill it out.
Could you share? Did you see the Ask Me Anything thread I posted? I've got the link in this prezzo if you didn't, but I put an Ask Me Anywhere thread. Maybe you could share that method.
It's also known as scrumming.
Yeah,
scrumming.
Yeah, scrum. It's a scrum. Yeah.
Or agile.
Mm-hmm.
Agile.
So lots of ways of clearing clutter in your tasks, like the one you mentioned, book getting things done, time boxing, planning the night before what your major 3 things are for tomorrow. So you do the big rocks first before you fill in the little rocks in the sand. Having clear boundaries so you don't get people, don't have staff and clients interrupting you when you're trying to do your most important work. Or getting up early so they can't interrupt you. And removing those energy vampires that are draining your energy. Speaking of energy, things you can do. This is the woo-woo page. Warning, okay, for those of you who are afraid of woo-woo. You can do energetic things to clean stuff up. You can cut cords with people who are draining your energy. You can clean the energy. Anyone here comes to be here? That's if you have an entity that's draining your energy. And if you have an entity that's draining your energy, an entity is a spiritual being that doesn't have a physical body, aka a ghost or some other object. And you can sometimes feel them in rooms, old houses, and they can drain your energy. They can attach to you, just suck on your energy. A common way, if you want to pick up some entities tonight, a common way you could do that, if you're feeling too perky and you've got too much energy, and you want to, reduce it, what you can do is go to a bar where other people with entities will get drunk with you, and then you can swap entities with them. Not consciously, you won't know you're doing this, but the entities sure will. Mm-hmm. That's why when people go to bars, there's often weird energy going on. Well, same with drugs and prostitution. Often there's some, energy attachments occur. Is that a question or a head scratch?
Head scratch.
Okay. Meditation, another great way to do it. Anyone here meditate? Yay! Go meditators. EFT tapping. If anyone's done that, it's where you tap while you're talking about whatever the issue is. You can Google for that. It's free technique. Sun gazing. Anyone here sun gaze? No one. Okay. Well, great thing to do at dawn or dusk. It's safe. Just gaze at the sun, visualize it clearing all the crap out of you. Crystals, another great way to clear energy. And then for us modern entrepreneurs using computers a lot of electronic stuff gives out, it zaps your energy. That's why going out in nature feels so great, because you get away from all that electronic stuff. All right, we'll move off the woo-woo thing. So let me just say what my view of entrepreneurship is, which is a little radical, but I think there's some truth to this, which is the reason we do this is because we want to grow personally. Yeah? If you weren't doing entrepreneurship, you wouldn't have had all those experiences to learn how to hire, learn how to do marketing, learn how to manage people, learn how to do sales, learn how to deal with larger amounts of money, learn how to mentally deal with debt, or whatever the thing is. So for me, I found entrepreneurship to be a great way to grow personally, gain a lot of skills, and deal with childhood shit that, I haven't dealt with before. Same thing with people getting married, right? I mean, we think we get married for one reason, but the side benefit is you do a lot of personal growth work if you have a successful marriage. Or even if you have a divorce, you still do a lot of personal work as well. So here's a famous multi-billionaire. Anyone heard of Ray Dalio? Yeah? So, for him, he thought money's good, but meaningful work and meaningful relationships was far better. Okay? That's sort of what we talked about in this. You have to have a good why, you have to do it with good people you enjoy being with. So I'll just let you read his quote rather than reading the whole thing. But he started a company, Bridgewater. It's very different from other hedge funds in the market. And the way he runs it is very different. And he grew it from his bedroom with just him to 7,000 people, I believe. And now he's the chairman, or I don't think exactly if he's even actively involved. He's managed to create this thing that will run without him. Alrighty, some next steps. So here's some simple things you could do. You could just check which basics do I need to work on. Yeah, sleep, the eating, the exercise, hydrating. You could do a joy audit on yourself. You could look at all the different areas in your business or in your life, or both, and rank them on a scale of 0 to 10. And then you could identify, okay, where am I getting drained here? Because you may not have been conscious about this. You may have felt burned out. You didn't quite identify which bit was burning you. Maybe some areas of business are just great, and you're really excited about them. Maybe some of them are sucky for you. So then you can ask, well, what would it take to shift those areas? Can I delegate that stuff? Could I stop doing it? Could I fire the customer? Can we change vendors? Do I need to pivot the business in some way to adjust this? And then if you are doing these basic habits, maybe you have other habits that are helping you be more engaged. I think all the things I've said, probably there's a few things you hadn't thought of, but let's be honest, most of these things you probably knew already. Am I right? At least the basics I hope you knew. But you don't do them. So you have to have a way to have accountability. So a light spreadsheet, that's where it kind of turns green when you've done the habit for the day. Today I slept whatever my sleep target was. Or today I ate healthy. And that square on the spreadsheet turns green, otherwise it turns red. Yeah? It's a little formula in the spreadsheet that does that. If you Google light spreadsheet, you can see it. In fact, I put a link for the resource for that. But it's very simple, you can create it yourself. And then you can either share it with other people for accountability, or just, to be honest, for me, just seeing that little square turn green, it's like, ooh, I want to do that game. I have a slightly addictive personality, if you haven't noticed. Ooh, loading, what happened? Don't know why it's loading. It's a mystery. Oh, skillful volunteer, please find out what's going on here. Oh, books. Put it past load. Well, I don't know what was on the loading slide, but you're going to get the slides later so you can discover for yourself. So here's some books I found helpful. Anyone read Start or heard of Start with Why? Yeah, famous book. Did a famous TED talk on this. That's all about finding your why in your business and why it's so important and what it'll do for your sales and hiring. Here are 2 books on energy, Powerful Engagement and Energy Addict. They have a lot of great tips about how you can increase your energy. But unless you've got a good why, there's no point putting high octane gas in the car unless you've got a good direction to drive the car in. Otherwise you'll be going 100 miles an hour in the wrong fucking direction.
So Ricardo, on that note, on the start with why, like I know the book, I've glanced at it, but I haven't sort of read it. Is there any sort of actionable techniques about finding your why in there, or anything you have?
I think he has a related book he's got another book that tells you about how to find your why. This book is more about why the why is important.
Okay.
And examples of that. But yeah, he has another book that's like, I think it's called Finding Your Why.
Find Your Why, maybe.
Yeah, something.